Most people call Gandalf just a wizard. An old man, staff in hand, sure, a guide through dark roads, a mentor when you're lost. He even helps topple the One Ring, blasting doom from the world. But pause and zoom out. Before Frodo ran, before Sauron forged the ring, before men built kingdoms, Gandalf already existed. Not as a latecomer, but as an immortal spirit, awake long before the sun and moon, before Middle-earth had a name. In every era, he steadies hearts, nudging fate toward courage and sacrifice, even when hope feels thin. That's why Gandalf matters most. He doesn't just fight darkness, he helps history choose the light. Before anything existed, there was only Eru Ilúvatar, the supreme source of all. From his thoughts came the Ainur, mighty spiritual beings who would help shape the world into being. Among them was Olórin, a Maya with a quiet fire. Long before he became Gandalf, Olórin wasn't chasing crowns or control. He was known for wisdom. Instead of boasting, he listened. He studied compassion until it felt like warmth in the chest. He learned to understand fear, how it tightens hands, how it whispers doubt, and then he learned to steady others through it. While many sought greatness, Olórin chose humility, walking softly among spirits and asking, "What do you need to hope again?" That patient character became his weapon. When darkness returned, his calm wisdom could stand where power could not. That's the lesson. Real strength often looks like kindness, learning, and courage shared truly quietly in the moment, for everyone at last. Imagine the moment before time. Eru gathers the Ainur in a silence so vast it feels like breath held. He teaches them a great music. And together they sing reality into being. Notes become mountains, chords turn into oceans, bright harmonies stitch stars into the heavens. This is the music of the Ainur, creation as sound. But not everyone keeps the harmony. One powerful spirit, Melkor, hungers for power above all else. Where the music should rise together, he twists the melody, pressing dissonance into the world. The first ripples of evil appear, and they don't stay small. They shape the long road of conflicts across Tolkien's legendarium. So, when you watch Gandalf at his greatest battles, remember, the fight has roots in that first broken song. Every refusal to love, every attempt to dominate, echoes Melkor's choice, turning the world's beauty into a stage for struggle again and again. Among Melkor's servants, there was another Maya, a spirit named Sauron. Unlike Melkor's fiery chaos, Sauron waited. He watched empires rise and crack, then moved with quiet cunning. When he found openings, he planned, strategic, careful, never rushing. At last, Melkor was defeated. In that collapse, many powers burned out, but Sauron endured. Over centuries, he rebuilt himself, slowly gathering influence until his shadow stretched wider across Middle-earth. As darkness thickened, the Valar feared for the free peoples. Alone, they might not survive, not against warbands, not against creeping despair. So the Valar looked for help, but not in the usual ways. No massive armies, no new gods to dominate the world. Instead, they chose 5 Maiar spirits and sent them to Middle-earth. These teachers and protectors became known as the Istari, yes, the wizards. And you meet one, you'll feel hope, wisdom offered without force, guiding hearts through seasons. In the Third Age, 5 wizards stepped into Middle-earth's shadows. Saruman the White, Radagast the Brown, the 2 mysterious blue wizards, and Gandalf the Grey. Before they moved, Olórin, whom you might know as Gandalf's humble source, hesitated. He feared Sauron, he doubted himself. Yet the Valar saw something useful: humility. They believed that trembling faith could do what power couldn't. When Gandalf arrived, he didn't land as a king or a conqueror. He came as an old man, listening to roads, taverns, and hearts. His mission was simple: inspire others to fight evil. Never seek domination, never rule through fear. And that's the difference. Saruman chased control, trading purpose for pride. Gandalf stayed faithful, turning courage into companionship, not chains. So when you face darkness in your own life, remember this: lead by example, speak hope, and choose mercy. Power fades, humility keeps the line for good. Quick Tolkien twist you might miss. Gandalf carried a ring of power, Narya, the ring of fire. Not the One Ring, not for domination, but for something gentler and tougher. Círdan, Lord of the Grey Havens, gave it to him. Imagine warmth you can't physically see. Narya doesn't shoot flames or level armies. Its real work is inside people. It stirs courage when fear crowds your chest. It kindles hope when the nights feel endless. And when despair whispers, it helps you push back. During the War of the Ring, Gandalf used that spark around him, standing, speaking, and guiding others so they wouldn't break. Even when victories vanished and hope seemed gone, the ring's power lingered in the hearts he steadied. So if your world feels like Mordor today, remember, strength can be passed like light. Hold on to that idea, breathe, and let courage travel from you to someone else, today always. Long before Frodo inherited the ring, Gandalf feared Smaug in the Lonely Mountain. Meanwhile, Sauron was growing stronger. If these threats united, Middle-earth could fall, so Gandalf acted. He gathered 13 dwarves and 1 hobbit, Bilbo Baggins, and sent them toward the mountain. There, Bilbo discovered a ring. Decades later, Gandalf revealed the truth. It was the One Ring, Sauron's weapon. He formed the Fellowship, 9 companions on one impossible mission: destroy it. South they traveled, until deep in Moria Durin's Bane awakened, the Balrog. On Khazad-dûm's bridge, Gandalf stood alone. "You shall not pass." The bridge broke, and both fell into darkness. After days of battling, Gandalf returned as Gandalf the White. He rallied the free peoples at Minas Tirith. Power can't win without hope. As a Maya, he could defeat Sauron, but he refused the ring, refusing tyranny. In 3021, he sailed from the Grey Havens to the Undying Lands. Stop thinking of Gandalf as only a wizard. In Tolkien's world, he feels like an immortal spirit, older than the mountains of Middle-earth, stepping into time with quiet authority. He is there when shadows thicken, guiding Frodo, steadying the free peoples, and refusing to let despair win. In the darkest hours, he's a guardian of hope, a living reminder that light can return, even after fire and ruin. And notice this. Gandalf's might isn't mainly spells. It's his voice, his timing, his fierce trust that ordinary people can rise above fear. He inspires hobbits, warriors, and wanderers to attempt the impossible. One decision at a time, courage spreads until kingdoms shift and the fate of the world tilts toward good. So when you face your own darkness, watch for that spark and choose to act right now. If this story sparks your curiosity, subscribe for more legends, secrets, and histories from Middle-earth.